Episode 15, The Burden of Becoming a Woman Too Soon. The morning broke softly over Mama Put's house, but there was no peace in the air, only the sharp sound of Mama Put's voice echoing through the compound. "Pack your things, agilr. Pack them all this minute," she shouted, her tone slicing through the morning breeze like a blade. Agilr, her eyes red and swollen, folded her few clothes with trembling hands. Tears dripped silently onto the wrapper she was folding, her chest rising and falling with quiet sobs. She wanted to speak, to explain, but her mother's anger was like fire, no words could survive it. In one corner of the house, her siblings sat quietly, heads bowed in silence. Bolingo couldn't hold back his tears. He sat beside his sister, helping her fold her clothes into an old traveling bag. "Don't cry, agilr," he whispered, voice shaking. "Everything will be fine." But even he didn't believe his own words. Mama Put, still fuming, muttered under her breath, "After all I've suffered raising you, this is how you repay me. Bringing shame to my name. You will not disgrace me further. Since you're old enough to get pregnant, then you're old enough to be a wife." Her decision was final. The family had agreed the previous night that Uncle Soji must take a girl in as his wife. If she wasn't too young to be defiled, then she wasn't too young to have her bride price paid. Shame must not live under their roof. When agilr finished packing, Mama Put grabbed her handbag and led the way, walking in front with fast, angry steps. Behind her, Bolingo walked slowly, carrying agilr's bag, his face clouded with sadness. Agilr followed quietly, her tears falling like rain on her skirt. Soon, they reached Uncle Soji's compound. The moment they arrived, he stepped out lazily, shirtless and unbothered. "Drop her things over there," he said coldly, pointing toward a corner. "There's food in the kitchen. If you want to cook, cook. If you don't, you can go back to your parents' house with that thing in your stomach." Bolingo's eyes burned with silent anger. He wanted to speak, to defend his sister, but his small frame and trembling hands reminded him that he was still a boy. So he swallowed his words and helped agilr take her things inside. When Mama Put turned to leave, Bolingo refused to go. He stayed by agilr's side all day, helping her arrange her things. At one point, he ran to a nearby shop to buy her some snacks, hoping to make her eat something, but agilr couldn't touch the food. Her mind was filled with darkness and fear, her heart heavy with confusion. She sat quietly in the small corner of the room, staring blankly at her hands. What would become of me now? She thought. The world had turned against her, her dreams scattered like ashes in the wind. Back at home, Mama Put noticed Bolingo hadn't returned. She sent one of her younger children to call him home. "Tell him to leave that girl and come back immediately," she shouted. When Bolingo heard the message, he refused at first, but agilr urged him gently, "Go home, Bolingo. Please." They both cried as he left. It felt like a piece of her heart walked away with him. That night, Uncle Soji lay on the bed while agilr sat on the cold floor, hugging her knees. He didn't say a word to her, he didn't care. He snored while she stayed awake, staring into the darkness, her stomach rising softly with every breath. It was supposed to be her 18th birthday in a few weeks. She and Bolingo had once talked about how they would celebrate it together, maybe by Puff Puff and Fanta, laugh, and dream about their future. But that future had been stolen from her. As the days passed, Soji grew more distant. He spent most of his time outside, eating in other restaurants, drinking at beer parlors, returning home reeking of alcohol and perfume from strange women. Agilr would watch him stumble into the house and cry silently. Soon, the whole town heard the story. Her pregnancy became gossip for every tongue. Mothers would shake their heads and whisper to their daughters, "Don't be like that agilr, oh, she has spoiled her life." Children would point at her in the street, giggling, "That's the girl who got pregnant." Each time she went to the market, she returned in tears. The market women mocked her, calling her names, refusing to sell to her. Some days she would hide in the corners of the road, avoiding familiar faces. Sometimes, Bolingo would sneak to her house with fruit or snacks, just to cheer her up. They would sit together, talk softly, revise their school notes, and laugh between tears. His visits were the only moments that reminded her what peace felt like. Then, finally, her 18th birthday came. There was no cake, no music, no friends, just a small smile and the quiet hope that maybe adulthood would bring change. But even that hope faded when Soji and his people came days later to visit her family. Her stomach was already 5 months gone. It seemed like a move of responsibility, him coming to pay her bride price. But deep down, hidden in his smile, was a darker motive, one that no one could see yet. And as the sun set that bright evening, a girl's life hung on the edge of uncertainty. No one knew what would become of her next. To be continued.